So question one, I see you were a top junior player, and I know that always doesn't carry over into the professionals. How were you able to get at such a high level, and how were you able to sustain that as a professional?
So it was a progression. So I was number one in the nation in boys 16s and boys 18s, but I knew I wasn't mature enough physically, probably mentally as well, to go into the pros. So I wanted to go to college, so I went to the University of Miami, and I played 1 year there. But I played number one for them, so I played 77 matches in 1 year, which is a lot, coming out of juniors. And that really helped my development to play so many tough matches in 1 year, but also that extra year to get stronger, better nutrition before I went ahead and turned professional. When I did turn professional, it took me about 3 years to break into the top 100.
So, when
Thank
did you
you.
decide to commit to tennis, and how did you?
So I played soccer and baseball growing up, as well as tennis. And then I stopped playing baseball when I was about 13, but I continued to play soccer even through high school. I really enjoyed the team aspect of playing soccer. And then I basically got to the point where I had to choose between soccer and tennis. I was better at tennis, and I decided, also the fact that there was an individual sport. I liked that it was basically on me. I won, I lost. Even though tennis players, we seem to make excuses a lot, because we're the only ones out there. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed that one-on-one aspect. So basically, my freshman year in high school was the last year that I played soccer and tennis, then I strictly devoted my time and my energy into just tennis. Yeah, and it's great. I mean, it's great to play multiple sports. I think just one, not only for the development, like the physical development, because there's so many different ways you have to react and move, but also, the social aspect.
Yeah.
Being on a team and being involved with other kids, you can see how they think, how they react. So I think it's very, very healthy.
One of the things I know about you is you don't like to give up at every level and everything you do. What kind of thinking has to go into thinking like this, and what is advice for any other people?
Yeah, I don't want to disappoint not only myself but other people around me. That have put energy and time, and not to say that I'm playing for somebody else. I never am, but it's just I don't want to be disappointed in my lack of effort. So whatever I do, I always want to say that, okay, I gave 100% to do this. It doesn't mean I'm always going to be successful doing that, but at least I know I tried 100%, and I'm okay with failing if I did fail. Not that I'm happy about it, and that makes you work harder and get back at it, and it is true, you read the sayings of all the best athletes in the world in different sports, and it's, yes, obviously they have so much success, but it's through the failures that they learn how to have that success, and through those experiences. And that's the same for me. So as many times that I've lost, or I didn't think I was fast enough or strong enough or smart enough, it made me work harder to try to be better, try to be faster, try to be smarter, and keep growing every single day, every single time that I step on the court, or whether I'm in the classroom, just try to get better.
So, of course, like you said, you were playing baseball and soccer at a young age. Were there any other sports or hobbies that helped you with tennis, or that you just enjoyed doing?
I love football as well, but my parents didn't want me to play just because the fear of getting injured. So a lot of times I would just play flag football growing up. That was a lot of fun. And then as I got a little bit older, especially into high school, I enjoyed actually being in the gym. So not just like lifting weights and trying to get, bigger and stronger, but I enjoyed the process of becoming fitter. It just gave me that. You kind of hear people, runners use it a lot, saying like a runner's high, kind of like a euphoria feeling. And every time I have a really good workout, it makes me just feel accomplished and productive. So it's been a big part of my life. So, I work out every day, sometimes twice a day, and making sure I fit that in my schedule. So that's a big part of my life. And then, as far as hobbies are concerned, a little bit of a foodie, I guess you would say. I enjoy eating, really good food. I'm sure you do too. And I'm lucky enough that my wife is a really good chef, so I'm a little bit spoiled. So we have really good culinary choices.
Nowadays, do you play any tournaments or matches, or are you focused on coaching and things like that?
No, so I play a few matches a year, but it's usually an exhibition match. It's not a tournament. Those competitive days, as far as actually playing in a tennis tournament, was back when I retired in 2015. The Open, that was my last professional event. So now I'm focused more on the coaching aspect. Helping all the players that I work with, whether that's professional, whether that's juniors, even some adults, and just making them get better, helping them to be, successful in those tournaments.
Do you miss playing then?
Miss the competitive part for sure. I mean, I'm a competitor, and so I love that feeling when you're deep in a match and you got a big crowd, cheering, whether it's for you or against you, but just, getting in that feeling, what a lot of people describe as the zone, or that tunnel vision, and it's just you against the other opponent. I definitely miss those. I'm still competitive, of course, because I want my players to win, and I make competitive ways, whether I go to the gym, I kind of compete with myself to be able to get to a certain level. So I always try to be competitive. I think that's healthy because that kind of drives success, but not specifically playing tournaments anymore.
So I read somewhere you're coaching Tennis Sandgren, and we actually met him at the U.S. clay courts. Are you coaching any other individuals?
So at the moment, I'm specifically just with Tennis Sangren. That's through the USTA as well as privately. Last year, I also coached Mackenzie McDonald as well as Tennis Sangren. And a year prior to that was also with Francis Tiafoe. I have helped some of the younger generation. I don't know if you're familiar with Zach Svida. Mm-hmm. So he won Kalamazoo 2 years ago. He was only 16.
Oh, wow.
And then he played the U.S. Open. I helped him in December as well. But the majority of my time is spent helping Sangren, and then also working with clients here privately in Houston.
So if you were to tell a young tennis player something to inspire them and maximize their potential, what would that be?
I mean, first and foremost, you have to love what you're doing. I'm not going to say you're going to love every time you step on court and you're tired and you have to run side to side, but you have to have the love and the passion that it's fun for you, to go out and compete and enjoy the process of getting better. So what helped me, I think part of it was growing up in Michigan. We were indoors a lot, so we didn't have a lot of time to play tennis, because you have indoor court time. Mm-hmm. So when I stepped on court, I always made sure I got a little bit better that day. And whether that was just with my footwork or whether it was trying to improve just maybe a forehand volley, it can be something that simple, or, trying to get mentally stronger, more resilient, not get upset with missing shots, but just try to get a little better each time you step on court, because it's the little day-to-day habits and mindset goals which make the big gains long term.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to do this with me. I wish you good luck for any and all future projects, and I hope I'll see you around in Houston.
Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Okay, later.